All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Today, y'all see we're gonna talk a little bit about. I don't know. Give me 1 second. I gotta update my screen. We're gonna talk a little bit about the whole Pacquiao situation. I don't know, possibly fighting Terence, possibly fighting Mikey, Errol and Danny. We'll talk about. Um, Also, Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz is going against a great UFC card with Khabib taking on a Justin Gaethje guy. So we're gonna talk about all of that stuff, man. So I do appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button when you come to the video, come to the live stream. May it be on the excuse me, a little bit tired. May it be on the replay or may it be on the actual live stream. Share the video, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget you can always follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Twitter's the fastest way, then IG, then Facebook. We also have a Facebook group, so if you haven't checked that out, check it out. All the information is in the description. If you want to make a donation, best way to donate is to hit the share button. But Cash App is CJ Good 313. PayPal links in the description. Cash App username is in the description as well. So I do appreciate everybody that will tap in during the live, during the replay. And but yeah, I mean that's a lot been going on. I know people gonna want to talk about the Gary Russell situation. This is my thing. You know, I'm gonna just get this out the way while we're here. Russell said something again this morning. Terence Crawford finally respond. You see my videos. Then Gary Russell just said something else. All right, we know this. Terence Crawford say, "I fuck the ring. I fight you on the street," and I like both of them. Don't get me wrong. I've met Gary Russell and his brother. Cool. Gary Russell responded, "We can do it in the ring. You know, we can do it at 47." He said, "We can do it in the street. We can meet up." It was no rebuttal to meeting up in the street. At the end of the day, we know they're not going to sanction Gary Russell moving up 4 weight classes. We know what's going to happen. However the story go, they can get Saddam Ali, they can get Demetrius Andrade, Carl Dargan, however it go. Gary Russell did not deny sneaking him. He said, "Well, you came in my face, Wolfing, and I punched you. It is what it is. We'll move on from it." We know Gary Russell is not going to get in the ring. They would not let him get in the ring with they would not let him get in the ring with Devin Haney. Al Heyman is the one that turned down that Devin Haney fight. Bill Haney didn't want to say that, but he didn't even know Al turned it down. Eddie and Bill Haney actually made an offer for Devin Haney, and Al gave the fight to Gamboa. So whatever Gary Russell got going on with Al, he can say all the shit he want to say, and I got love for the brother, but he can't bust a move without a permission slip, and Al ain't writing that permission slip. Straight up and down, and that's the sad case about it. Even if he wanted to fight Gary Russell, wanted to move up and fight Devin Haney, Al said no. Even if he wanted to move up to fight 40 or 47 to fight Crawford, no, they're not gonna let him do it. So he need to talk to Al Heyman about what's going on. So whatever he did to piss off Al Heyman, at the end of the day, I call a spade a spade. Gary a solid nigga, but desperate times calls for desperate measures. He's becoming a clout chaser, straight up and down. You know, at the end of the day, they won't sanction that fight. The nigga say, "See me in the street." Let's see if you see him in the street. Let's see who energies match the same. We know that's not gonna happen. So at the end of the day, you can hate on him. He pound for pound and this, that, and the third. Crawford ain't said shit about the dude. They can meet up in the street and they can settle it like grown men. No cameras, no nothing. Go in the backyard, do what y'all gotta do. It is what it is. But at the same time, you know, the hatred for this motherfucker Crawford is just off. It's just, man, I've never seen no shit like this since Larry Holmes and Deontay Wilder and Clarissa Shields. All of them should be unified, bro. No matter what company they was on, what era they fought, they on the same shit list. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate. And Larry Holmes on the shit list because he beat Ali, but it wasn't his fault. But motherfucker just made him, just vilified him. And he was one of the best, my favorite fighters, of all time. But then again, he turned around and shit on Deontay Wilder. Like I said, man, when you talk about black people, they can't. If we all say, let's fucking cha-cha slide, electric slide to the right, it's going to be some niggas say, "Oh, I'm going left. I'm going back. I'm going forward." So, like I said before, man, ain't no unity amongst our people. You got the box community split up from Errol to Terence, from motherfucking Wilder, from AJ, However you cut the cake, black fighters on Top Rank, black fighters on the Zone, black fighters on PBC. No matter however you cut the cake, niggas gonna be niggas, dog. Just straight up and down. Black people ain't gonna never unify and move as one. So that's why I'm talking about that shit no more. And what's making me laugh before we get into the topics of discussion today. When somebody says, "Oh, you're a pro-black channel," obviously you don't listen to my channel. Don't confuse me with the rest of these weak old YouTubers. I'm not picking you because you black. I'm picking you because I believe you can win. When have y'all ever seen me pick somebody because they was black and gave you a prediction and say, "Oh, I'm gonna just pick him because he's black"? You've never seen it. Never. I might say my heart with him because whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? Somebody asked me who you think won the first Tony Harrison and Charlo fight. I said my eyeball test, I thought Jamil won. All right. I went back and scored it. I scored it a draw. So when it come to boxing and matchups, you ain't never seen me just say I'm picking him because he's black. No, when them idiots at the letter crew picked Robbie Jr. to beat Mikey, I fuck with Robbie Jr. But I said Mikey gonna beat him. So I've always kept it 100. So when people started playing a race card, bro, get out of here. The Dominican, the Cubans, whoever, the Puerto Rican fans, fuck them. The Mexican fans always, "Oh, you only pick him because he black." You know, get out of here, bro. I pick plenty of Mexicans in my day. I pick Lomachenko fans DM me, "Oh, you hate on Lomachenko." I pick Lomachenko to be Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? I pick Kovalev to be Ward. So we can go on and on and on. Jaime to be Saddam. So come on, man. Get out of here with that, man. Zach, salute. Zach 34, Ronaldo, salute. Infamous one. Crawford called Russell the prima donna of the amateurs. Any stories on that? Yeah, I don't think he meant prima donna of the amateurs in the way you trying to say it. Russell was the motherfucking nigga in the amateur. He was that guy. He was spectacular. He was special. That's what he kind of meant, the prima donna, is that he was an exceptional amateur and he had certain, pull in the amateur system. That's what he meant by that. Like he was untouchable. Like he was they motherfucking thoroughbred. That's what he meant. That's what he meant by prima donna. Like he was legit in the amateurs. But when you talk about amateur fighting, like I said before in my video, I can go on and talk about some great amateurs that's supposed to do great things and then turn out and do shit. It's been plenty of dudes that didn't make the Olympics. I think Mike Tyson missed it. He lost to that one dude that he beat in that pros. You know what I'm saying? Augie Sanchez, he beat motherfucking Floyd Mayweather in the amateurs. So just because you a good amateur or a great amateur, and some people think Mark Breland was the greatest amateur of all time in United States history, don't mean you the greatest fighter of all time. Nigga, when Kenny and Gary talk about amateurs, yes, you need some type of amateur, usually some type of amateur background. Yes, Adonis Stevenson didn't have a big one. No, did Sergio Martinez have a big one. They went on to have solid careers. But the amateurs are the amateurs. There's been a lot of motherfuckers in the amateurs that was supposed to be great, that was supposed to be the next superstar in boxing, and they get to the professional ranks and they not good. Fernando Guerrero, who else you got? Saddam Ali is another one that failed up to expectations. Felix Verdejo was another one that failed to live up to expectations. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of dudes that you get to the professional ranks, it's different. It ain't about counting punches or wearing headgear. So when people talk about the amateurs, it matters, but at the same time, it don't matter. Just because you wasn't a great amateur, Carl Dargan's the one they say that was outboxing Terence Crawford. He ain't shit as a pro. No offense to him, but he didn't do nothing as a professional fighter. The difference is it's 4 funky ass rounds, and then you got 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 fucking rounds in the professionals. It's a totally different thing. Everything in amateurs is sped up because it's a limited amount of time. It's sped up. So that's why you see them throwing all these sloppy shots and they trying to get it in as fast as they can. In the pros, it's more about adjustments. You can start off fast as hell the first 5 or 6 rounds, but can you maintain that pace going into 8, 10, 12, used to be 15 rounds? That's the difference. No headgear, even when they had without headgear on. Now you anything below 47 and 47 below, now you got the 8-ounce gloves on. It's a tremendous amount of difference without headgear, with smaller gloves on, and you take a punishment for not 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's totally fucking different. If the amateurs mattered and Crawford admitted to Gary Russell being one of the best amateurs they had, If it mattered, and Gary Russell didn't medal because he got sick, by the way. But if it fucking mattered, Rasheed Warren would fucking have a world title. You know what I'm saying? If it mattered, Verdejo would have a world title. It doesn't matter a lot of the times. It's totally the transition from to amateur to professional. Everybody can't make it. Vanes Monterosian was dogging Timothy Bradley in the amateurs and shit of that nature. And look who Timothy Bradley wasn't shit in the amateurs. You know, they didn't think he was going to be a world champion. He turned out to be a Hall of Famer. And what Vanes Monterosian at? You feel what I'm saying? So you can take it for however you want to take it for. You know, Infamous One, Crawford. Yeah, I see that one. KD Trey 5. It's the best. Salute Infamous One. He said, does Crawford even have a real fan base? He gets hate on both sides. In Omaha, in Lincoln, Nebraska, he pulled like a motherfucker. He was pulling before Errol Spence needed Mikey to pull. He a bigger pull in his city, in his state, than Errol is. That's a fact. They fuck with Terence Crawford in Nebraska, but you know how it is when you got the skin color and you coming, when you got the dark complexion and you coming from a place that niggas usually don't come out of. That's just what it is, bro. I got caught up in that shit. Not believing him because of Bob Arum, but Bob Arum has really changed pretty much how he approached boxing. You know, Crawford, Russell, and Andre are gonna be most forgotten fighters. Seem like they can't get a big fight. And Andrade was another motherfucking dude that was a dude coming out the amateurs. Look at his career. So when you come out the amateurs, it ain't just about skills. It's politics. It's who you sign with. Is you likable? Do they want to push you? Boxing just ain't about having skill. Boxing is about having the right people behind you. It's too much politics involved in this shit, bro. Lothario, salute. C4, salute. He said amateurs is very limited. Yeah, it's just you see different styles. That's what make it, you know, that's kind of help you. You see different styles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Bud don't play radio AM or FM. Bolton got COVID-19. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Steve, you know he don't. You heard that? He got COVID. Who reported that shit? Coppinger? I know Juan Estrada had, he got, yup. He said, I want to be fighting for the. I told y'all, dog. Yeah, niggas counting. I was going to do a prediction video on that last night. Glad I didn't do it. I see it. I told y'all, man. Y'all, you motherfucking PBC motherfuckers. Y'all count y'all chickens. Y'all count y'all chickens for a hatch. I told y'all, bro. A lot of these dudes out here saying, oh, the schedule is so great. It's the reason why Bob Arum couldn't put on the best schedule because, shit, people still getting COVID. So it's going to be a lot more fights on PBC that get stopped because of COVID. It ain't no game. Chief Red Cloud, salute. Yo, it's crazy how 26 Gary talking about 47 blood, but nobody else want to smoke. He can go move up there. He'll get the shit beat out of him. I like Gary Russell. Michael, salute. Too small, bro. I got spicy today. He was talking his shit. Yeah, I seen it. I did a video on it. We did a video if Gary can't cross the street. Earl Shap. Gary can't cross the street. It ain't even no need to throw Errol Spence in there. He can't. I told y'all Al the one that turned down the Devin Haney offer and gave it to Gamboa. Whatever he done to that nigga. Somebody told me in my comment section, you know, in my DM that it was because he lost to Lomachenko and he lost money. There wasn't that much fucking money lost in that fight to be mad for years. So yeah, I seen that. He said, "What up, salute, Rod?" He say, "Infamous One, the Kenny Porter and Gary Russell amateur podcast, dude, be dying when you mention that." Yeah, fuck it, why not? Them niggas always bringing up the amateurs. In the amateurs, all right, nigga. I like to hear that, but that shit don't matter now. This ain't like y'all coming out the amateurs a year ago. Like this, the professional ranks. Mad Dog A salute. You seen the video? I DM'd you on. Yeah, I seen that. I'm gonna stare that. That shit was funny. Fuck Kendrick Perkins. He said he will snap his neck. Yeah, he said he'll snap his neck. Bud got a wrestling background and everything. So, like I said before, man, them two of my guys, bro. I like Bud and what kind of how Bud transitioned. He just get an unnecessary hate, bro. You just don't understand that shit, bro. But it just seemed like the dark skinned brothers get unnecessary hate. But before we kind of get into the show for real, we kind of went on a little bit. But before we get into the show for real, I was about to mention something about Gary Russell. I can't remember what I was about to say. But yeah, Gary, you know what's so funny about it, man? Everybody mentioning Gary Russell's name. Name me somebody who talked about Gary Russell who blasted Leo Santa Cruz consistently. You know, these motherfuckers, them dudes so fake, bruh. They is fake. They wouldn't even try to mention Gary Russell's name. They wouldn't try to promote Gary Russell or nothing, bro. He do this interview blasting Terence Crawford. Out of everything he said, it wasn't that, oh, Devin Haney, Gary Russell, was ducked by Devin Haney. Nothing. It was nothing out of everything he said. They ran off with he broke his jaw. Then, he ain't this, he ain't that, wooty woo, this and that. He went off, and like I said before, Gary Russell a solid dude, but running with them dudes, you're gonna find the same fate. You're gonna have the same fate as Deontay Wilder. He gonna get a lot of hate. When they talk about Tank and pump Tank up, but they don't pump you up. Think about it for a minute. When the last time you seen them just do a video about Gary Russell that's positive? None. Go look at it. Other than the interviews, whenever they ever talk positive about him. Whenever they ever snapped on Leo Santa Cruz like they were snapping on AJ in your defense? Never. So he getting caught up with the Fun Boy crew. The Fun Boy crew don't know nothing about boxing. Gary Russell, very educated, intellectual boxing guy. And if you want a suicide career death note, go keep fucking with Frederica. You know what I'm saying? Keep fucking with Frederica. Real motherfuckers don't realize what they trying to do. At the end of the day, if Frederica drew a salute, if Frederica got a problem with Bud, nigga, just get on the horn. He don't want that smoke, dog. Fred ain't from that world, bro. Bud ain't got to touch him. His sister beat the hell out of Fred. And Fred just a hoe, bro. I'm just keeping 100, bro. He a hoe ass nigga, dog. Hoe ass nigga, man. You could tell him I said it the long way. Hoe. Straight up hoe ass nigga, man. Now, had he been, he talking about he all for the brothers and shit, but he got the brothers beefing and creating beefs and shit. Yeah, that nigga just a hoe, man. Let's get into it, bro. I just don't respect that man, bro. He ain't no bread. That motherfucker Uncle Ruckus, man. You know what I'm saying? And I respect Crawford and I respect Gary Russell. For real. Gary Russell, a nice dude, bro. I ain't got nothing but love for him and his family, bro. I ain't never met Bud or Bomac and none of them niggas, dog. But, you know what I'm saying? I like both of them. But look at this nigga instigating motherfucking beefs between black people. Everything that's going on with Breonna Taylor, with Dre, well, everything you can just talk about in the boxing community, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao got stunned. Well, Mikey lost every round and might get the Pacquiao fight. Like anything you could talk about. How Al Heyman turned down the Gary Russell versus Devin Haney and gave it to Gamboa, gave it to a Cuban fighter. How he gave Leo, like you could just talk. There's a lot of different things you could talk about here, man. It's a lot of things you can just talk about that's going on in the boxing community. They jump from Wilder and Fury glove to instigating beef between a featherweight and a welterweight. That's all you need to know, bro. He terrible, bro. And man, people send me that video. Man, I can't support that dude, man. I just can't. You got imposters in the black community, and that's the problem, bro. It's a lot of them, dog. It's a lot of imposters. I ain't talking about in the boxing community neither, but it is what it is. Let's talk about you got Errol and Danny. The interesting thing about Errol and Danny is I'm hearing that they got the Microsoft Center locked down for that fight, but there's some talks about that fight having a fluid date. And when I say a fluid or tentative date, that it can move around, and they trying to get fans to be in attendance. Now, if there's no fans in attendance, it sounds like it's going to be the Microsoft Center. Cool man said, man, salute. Clint, salute. It's gonna sound like it's gonna be the Microsoft Center. But I also heard that's across the street from the Staples Center. They can do fans. They gonna do the Staples Center. So, one of the videos approached me. Somebody shared it, and like I said, I don't fake the funk at all. I keep it 100. And they have this video of Errol Spence riding around on his ATV on his farm, and he got the gun with him. And people say he losing his mind, but he clarified like basically he has some coyotes. Yes, pay-per-view. He had some coyotes that was trying to eat his calves on his farm and shit. We got coyotes in my neighborhood, believe it or not. They be eating the smaller dogs and stuff. So that's always, when you got a small dog, it's always pays to have a big dog in those type of communities. A lot of people like the smaller dogs. The girls like the smaller dogs and stuff of that nature. But, they harder to train. They hard-headed. They cute to have. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have you a big dog when you live in like areas that got coyotes and deers and fucking wolves and shit. You gotta, like, if you live in Texas, you gotta have a big motherfucking dog. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he want to get him like a herd dog or something like that, a big dog that can protect his calves from a coyote, because they do make them. You can get a Kango, African Master, Bowler Boy. I mean, you get a lot of different dogs. Irish Wolfhound, Akitas, a lot of the Masters family, the Bull Mastiff. So, you know what I'm saying? But he was basically about to shoot the coyotes that was about to eat his calves. So, that is what it is. But before people run off and talking about he going crazy and shit. But he said eagles and hawks eat those little dogs. Yeah, that's why you don't have. That's why they call companion dogs. You don't have those dogs out. You can't leave them outside. You can have them outside on a leash. Like, I keep mine on the. I got a small dog. I keep a miniature. But every time I put him outside, I put my big dog with him. Tie him up on the side. So you can't. Your companion dog is always supposed to stay with you. That's why they call it companion dogs. So that's why. But you always keep the big dog. If you get a little dog, it's always good to have a big dog. It makes too much. It's always good to have a big dog regardless. Especially if you're a woman and your husband work late or something of that nature. Get you a guard dog. Train that motherfucker. It's always good to have a big dog. The dog is the best security system that money can buy. Unless you got the money to have like bodyguards and shit of that nature. But back on code. But yeah, with Errol Spence and Danny Garcia, it is pay-per-view, Fox pay-per-view, from what I understand. They say in the Microsoft Center, but the date is fluid, and I think the venue might be fluid to try to get fans to pay for the fight. My whole thing about the fight is, he said I love Dobermans. I'm about to get two of them. The thing about the Dobermans is, Lion Killer put me on that. If they get older, they cranium shrink and they go crazy, and you gotta always watch their cranium. They cranium shrink and they go like senile. They get to biting and shit. So as a Doberman I forget what kind of syndrome they call it, but as a Doberman get older, its cranium starts to shrink sometimes and they go crazy. So that's another thing when you get a Doberman. When you get a dog, you got to fact check the dog. You got to see everything good about the dog. That's why mutts are the best dogs to have, because a lot of the times you get a lot of the great qualities with the two dogs in one dog. That's why I enjoy mutts. Mutts, you get you get a lot of great qualities in mutts. You know what I'm saying? With purebred breeds, a lot of times they got a lot of health issues and they got a lot of fucking bad issues too. So, don't kind of be sour on mutts. Mutts are usually the best dogs to have. Now, some dog ass pure breeds out there as well too, but we ain't talking about dogs. But to go on. But yes, pay-per-view. But to be honest, Errol Spence and Danny Garcia should be a free Fox fight. Danny Garcia does not deserve a purse more than $2 million. I don't care what they say. Danny Garcia does not deserve no $2 million purse. Danny Garcia has lost to every fucking welterweight here. How's that pay-per-view? In boxing, we're not talking UFC. He lost to Keith. He lost to Sean. He struggled with Paulie. He barely beat Guerrero. Like, like, what is Danny Garcia's biggest win at welterweight? It's still over Robert Guerrero. I got a dog channel I watch. I don't know what name it is. I'm about to share it in the community tab, and it compares dogs and who the best dogs, and they give you a fact check dogs, and they really reliable. So, but but you got the two. It's not a pay-per-view fight. I'm just keeping it 100. Y'all can say, "Oh, Earl, a big star, this, that, and the third." Like, keep fighting on pay-per-view is not gonna build this fan base the way it need to be built. You know what I'm saying? And when you talk about this fight ain't worth $50. It ain't worth $65. It ain't worth $100. If Errol Spence is at his best, Errol Spence should do the blue face and wipe the floor with him. Yeah, I'll share it in the community tab when I find it. I give you the differences between like a Labrador Retriever, Golden Retriever, and they just do. It's a good channel. I follow a few kettles as well too, on there as well. This dude's called John Bully's Bully House or something like that. He sell bullies right there in Illinois too. Really good bullies too. But check my community tab after the video. I'll put it up. If I forget, just DM me. So I mean, let's just have a conversation here. People motherfuckers say, "Oh, you hating again?" Well, what about Mir Khan and Crawford? I ain't never said that shit was pay per view. But what does make Danny Garcia a pay-per-view fight? Seriously, what makes Danny Garcia a pay-per-view? What has he done? He's still living off the Matisse win? The Zab win, the Morales 2 wins. Kendall Hall. I followed Danny Garcia career. I was a fan of Danny at 40. You know, so what makes Danny Garcia worth putting on pay per view? What? It's not a pay per view fight. I'm not hating on Danny Garcia. I think he's a Hall of Famer. It's not worth it. So how can you tell us because you want to overpay Danny Garcia for this fight, you want to overpay Errol for this fight? Hell no. This is a motherfucking I'm being nice. It's a $3.5 million fight for Errol and $1 million fight for Danny Garcia. But Al Heyman messed the game up. He want to pay motherfuckers $3, $4, $5 million for fights. I'm not funding this fight at all. Only way I'm gonna fund this fight is talking about it on my channel, and I'm not gonna have a prediction video because I don't know what Errol Spence gonna show up. If the Errol Spence show up, then I think it's a pretty easy fight. Hit and don't get hit like you did with Mikey. But then again, will Errol Spence make it out of camp unscathed? Will Danny Garcia make it out of camp unscathed? Will they get the COVID? Will Errol Spence get hit on the jaw with the headgear? Will they have any set? He has not been hit yet, to my knowledge. He said he can't start sparring until September because he had a third post put in his mouth. So how can I give you an accurate breakdown prediction when I don't know health wise where he at? And for my money, I'm gonna say this fight is not gonna happen. Not right now. I don't think this fight gonna happen. Do y'all understand this motherfucker went through a roof? He has not been touched on the jaw. Not. They can say he looked good in sparring. They can say he got the weight down pat, but he has not touched leather on his jaw. So who knows? Who knows when he get in there sparring? Will he be confident? You don't know until you know. He said, hell, Danny didn't beat Peterson. Peterson was a lot younger that he fought than when that fought Errol Spence. And Peterson got a different skill set than Errol Spence. Those totally different fighters. You know what I'm saying? I can use the triangle theory. Roberto Duran beat Sugar Ray Leonard, right? He came back. Ray Leonard beat him, right? Tommy beat Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard beat Tommy. Tommy had an easy work and knocked out Roberto Duran face first. You don't see that every day. So what I'm saying is styles make fights. You can't say, oh, because Danny struggled with Keith, he gonna struggle with Errol. Two totally different skill sets. Errol don't have the wheels Keith got. That's factual. Errol don't have the wheels Keith got. He don't have the hand speed Keith got. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Keith ain't got the confidence Errol got. He ain't got the poise to sit there and fire that Errol got. It's totally two different styles. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really compare apples to oranges. So you can't compare that. And, Danny Garcia going there and knock him out. It wouldn't surprise me. We was having a conversation on Twitter. And really what came up, they were saying, oh, what's the biggest puncher Bud fought? Who the biggest puncher Errol Spence fought? Richard Lartley? You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia will by far Bud duck Danny Garcia. Where you get that information from? He never ducked Danny Garcia. You mean Danny Garcia ducked? No, he didn't negotiate. Get out of here with that shit. Danny Garcia ducked. And that wasn't no fucking flat fee, nigga. He would have got pay-per-view. Amir Khan ended up getting $5 million, bro. Danny Garcia his daddy never fucking, him and Al never, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Motherfucker beat the shit out of Danny Garcia. You niggas killed me. He ducked Danny Garcia. But first, you niggas wouldn't acknowledge the offer. Remember? Oh, CJ Lyon. Wasn't no offer sent to Danny Garcia. Wasn't no offer sent to Keith Thurman. Wasn't no offer sent to Sean Porter. Wasn't no offer sent to Earl. All them niggas got an offer. All of them got an offer. And ain't none of them niggas found the pen yet. Pound for pound boxing channel. Ain't none of them, for a chinny ass Terence Crawford, it ain't been enough. It ain't been nobody to step up. But Patrick Teixeira. But Patrick Teixeira is the only one that stepped up and said, "I'll fight him, move on up." Kell Brook, they was talking about fighting Kell Brook. He lost his, but I ain't gonna get there. We would say that for Pacquiao. You don't have to block him. He's entitled to his opinion. So when we talk about what style makes fight, Danny Garcia be the biggest puncher Errol Spence fought on this level. Maybe Larley was bigger. Maybe somebody else like Brandon Hoskins was the bigger puncher. But, on this level, Danny Garcia is the biggest puncher that Errol or Terence fought. When people ask me about their chance, they both ain't fought no big punchers. Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman has fought humongous punchers. When you think about it, Sean Porter really ain't fought like those elite punchers. Like he didn't fight Randall Bailey. He didn't fight Matisse. He didn't fight Madonna. You know what I'm saying? Victor Ortiz was another hell of a puncher. You know what I'm saying? He dropped Lamont P. Got robbed versus Lamont P. He dropped Lamont Peterson like 7 times. So when you look at it, I don't think Errol Spence has fought a counter puncher like Danny Garcia, and I don't think he fought a puncher like Danny Garcia. And maybe Danny Garcia power no longer there because he been at the weight class a long time. It's already his mind. He ready to move up. So maybe Danny don't punch as hard as he used to because he having a hard time moving away. How long Danny been at welterweight? Anybody know how long Danny been at welterweight? Let me see. Give me a minute. 5 years. And he already ready to move up. He can't do shit at 54. So I think he made his welterweight debut versus Rod Salkin. So he been there about 6 years come August. 6 years versus August, he been at welterweight. So, maybe he drained and maybe that power ain't there no more. He said he got a new strength and conditioning coach. He told Town that and that they doing things different. He getting massages now, and he's starting to kind of get that feeling back. As far as being good. So I mean, to be honest, you might have 2-way drain welterweights in the ring come that night. Earl need to move up. Danny need to move up, according to Danny. But when you talk about a two-handed fighter, Danny got power in both hands. And I stand by Danny be the biggest puncher between Errol and Spence. I mean, Keith Thurman been in there with punchers. He been dropped as a professional way before he fought Manny Pacquiao. He been dropped by Errol Spence commenting upon a named Brandon Hoskins. You know what I'm saying? He's fought Thurman's fought Sean. Well, Sean ain't no puncher. He's fought Danny, and it's argued to be that Manny Pacquiao might have the hardest punch in the division with that left hand. So when you're talking about the elite punchers at 40 to 47, Danny, we know Danny got a better chin than Errol, at least a more proven chin than Errol. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see Danny take him to the body. We didn't see Danny take him to the jaw. Matisse punched harder than Errol. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. We see him taking a punishment. He fought Kendall Holt, one of the biggest punchers at 40 in his time. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't really seen them fighting elite puncher. Victor Postal did stop Lucas Matisse, but I just think that was an accumulation of a murderous row of opponents that Al Heyman put him through. This motherfucker came off fighting Danny, fought a puncher in Roberto what was that dude name he fought? I don't want to get his name. I want to say Robert or Roberto Diaz. That's what I'm saying his name is, but I'm gonna pull it up right now. He fought John Molina in a fucking war. That's another fight. That was a great fight versus him and John Molina. He fought Roberto Diaz, who was another puncher. Then he fought Ruslan Provodnikov. Like, dude, that motherfucker fought Lamont, Danny, Molina, or Roberto Ortiz, and Ruslan Provodnikov all in a row. And everybody but Lamont Peterson was a fucking puncher. Go look at Robert Ortiz, motherfucking Roberto Ortiz KO ratio. I ain't got to look at it because I remember looking at it. Keith showed me that he could take it on the chops and in the belly a little bit. So when you talk about punchers, man, neither one of Errol or Terence has fought punchers. But It ain't a lot of elite punchers at 47. Unless you include Nate Crawford is knocked out everything that's moving. Errol was knocking out everything that was moving at a point. Keith was knocking out everything moving at a point. Danny got pretty good hands. Pacquiao still got that thump in the left hand. Sean is not a puncher. Ugas is not a puncher. Omar Figueroa is a puncher, but he limited. So we know Danny got a chin. We know Keith got a chin and heart. They've been around a long time. They've been through the cycles. They fought the fought. They fought the fights that need to happen. You know, so he fighting some coming off an injury, which I don't think the fight gonna happen when everybody think it's gonna happen. But Errol is fighting a dangerous fight. There's some things that's gonna be answered here. His jaw is gonna be answered. You know, the mistakes that he make is gonna be answered when he square up and leave openings. Danny Garcia will take advantage of that. You know, and his jaw is gonna be tested from the surgeries and stuff of that nature. So it's an intriguing fight. You know, it's really on paper. Regular, it's a glorified tune-up. I've said this before. It's a glorified tune-up. But Earl Spence having an injury with the COVID, and you don't know about the weight or how they've been keeping their bodies. Now it's a competitive fight. I'm not gonna say it's 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, because it's just the enigma of not knowing what Earl Spence is. Is he healthy? But as he get to camp and he starts sparring, we should know something. But I won't count Danny Garcia out. I like the odds. I think Danny Garcia might put a couple dollars on him if they do fight. He'll be the hardest puncher this dude has fought. He'll be the best counter puncher this dude has fought. You know what I'm saying? And he's been sparring since like March. He's been sparring since March, but if Earl's able to do what Errol does, stick and move. Hit and don't get hit. The same game plan for Danny. For Mikey is Danny. They similar height, similar reach, I believe. So it's just stick and don't just stay behind your speed, stay behind your power. Keep your hands up, don't square up, and just keep everything basic. I think if he keep everything basic like he usually do, 1, 2, 3 shots, the more you limited, your throwaway punches and your combinations, the more he can't, find an opening and counter you. But should be an interesting fight. Errol is very confident going to this fight. I heard he told somebody at PPC that he thought Danny was a tune-up. So, I look forward to the fight. Not paying for it, but I think it is intriguing given everything that changes it. Everything that changes it is the accident, the pandemic, and also there's some questions to be answered here other than the accident is, can Errol Spence take a shot from a big puncher like Danny Garcia? And that's a legit question to be asked. And then we can ask the same question about Terence Crawford. I think Keith Thurman answered those questions when he fought Pacquiao. Sean has answered those questions, taking some big shots from Keith Thurman. He took some good shots from Kilbrook. So that's the kind of beat. I mean, Adrian Broner's another guy. You know what I'm saying? He finished, with Madonna on his feet. That was a huge puncher. So it is what it is. He said shit about to go down. Get me on the shit on the hip. Get at me on the hip. Yeah, I got you. I know Wilder started camp August 14th. So if people don't know that, Wilder started camp. So yeah, I'm nervous because against Garcia, who Lubin fought, Jamel 2, who says they beating Danny up. I don't know what you're talking about. Spence couldn't stop little Garcia. I mean, Garcia was in safe mode. So, I mean, a real puncher like Mike Tyson would have opened him up and got him out of there. But, Garcia packed it in. Mikey really at 35. AB got a split decision in that fight, too. He took some punishment in that fight, but he wanted to quit, but he didn't. He didn't quit. He didn't quit. But yeah, that's that. But we talk about Bud and Mikey trying to get the Pacquiao fight, and Bob is talking about some foreign country getting the funds up. So I guess that's what's probably holding up the Fox announcement. They trying to finalize Mikey and Pacquiao, and then Top Rank is trying to come in there and make the fight. Now, at one point, Top Rank was trying to do Pacquiao and Mikey on their platform. I know the Zone was trying to do it. I guess the Zone then lost so much money that they can't accommodate, what Mikey Garcia want. If I make $7 million fighting Jesse Vargas, why would I want anything less to fight Manny Pacquiao? Why would I want to wish on a pay-per-view star? Is the question. You know what I'm saying? So he probably want like 10 million guaranteed to fight Pacquiao, and then Pacquiao probably want 20 million guaranteed. So to be honest, man, you know, Mikey don't deserve this fight. I think we all can sit here and agree that Mikey don't deserve this fight. You know, and I think Errol Spence made a comment, said he going rogue if the fight happened. And, you know, at the end of the day, all you can do is blame yourself. You sat out there and said that you didn't want to hurt him. You wanted to show your boxing skills off. And, you know, when you should have knocked this dick in the dirt, you should have destroyed this bitch. You didn't do it. It's Errol Spence fault. You know what I'm saying? On both ends. On Crawford end and on Spence end. He should have destroyed Mikey Garcia. But he didn't. Whatever reason he didn't, he said I was sitting in the sauna. I had to cut too much weight. All that's on Errol Spence. Professionalism, bro. Be professional. All that partying, drinking, and all that shit. If you was professional, you wasn't falling into the wrong crowd, if you wasn't a follower, we wouldn't be talking about no accident. We wouldn't be talking about no Mikey Garcia. We would be talking Mikey Garcia going back to be a police officer because he went to the police academy. Mikey Garcia wouldn't be on nobody's mind. Wouldn't be no Jesse Mikey. Wouldn't be Mikey Garcia would be an afterthought. You know, we would be seeing Mikey Garcia eating his fucking carrots through a fucking straw. This what happen when you don't you see those motherfucking like anime movies, TV shows, or you see these movies where, you know what I'm saying, instead of delivering the kill shot, they let somebody slide. Ah, get out of here. Goku letting Frieza continue to slide. This is why you crush him. This is why you crush him. This is why you deliver the kill shot to the head. This is why you crush him. That's why you don't outbox. If you got an opportunity to knock somebody out, you do it. You don't leave nothing to question. You crush him. And when he didn't crush him, now look who getting the big payday now. Crush him. And now he didn't crush him. Now he done came back and got a big fight. Now he gave Pacquiao another avenue. Other than Mikey Garcia, where else he gonna go? Where else he gonna go? How you gonna get mad at Mikey for getting the fight? You didn't go out there and turn his power out. You should have knocked him out. I ain't never heard no motherfucker say, "Well, I didn't want to hurt him. I want you. This will kill me." And Tank said this too. It's a good thing for Tank though. I wanted to show my boxing skills off, nigga. What? Imagine Mike Tyson. Yeah, I was a night Trevor Barbie gout, but I want to show my boxing skills. You know, I want to show I can box. Nobody want to see that shit, nigga. I want to see you knock somebody out. You know, I paid $75 for that fight if I'm a purchaser. You out here doing the motherfucking cha-cha slide. You out here giving back massages and head massages. You know what I'm saying? We trying to see you kill something, bro. Ain't the motto man down? Ain't the motto man down, nigga? Man down to give another man a massage. And, you know, if you'd have crushed Mikey Garcia like he's supposed to, we're not talking about him. We're not talking Mr. 21 Strong Salute. We're not talking about him at this point. But at the end of the day, you know, he got praised for putting on a mundane performance. Give him his motherfucking credit. Now your problem that came back and kind of bothered you a little bit, and Mikey getting the fight, and Mikey can get the fight, Terence can get the fight. And leaking that, obviously, I mean, if you were a rational, clear, regular boxing fan, you probably want to see him fight Terence. If you a hating ass motherfucking boxing fan and you act like you pledge allegiance to a network or a promoter or a manager, then you don't want to see him get that fight. And at the end of the day, it's a dangerous fight for both men. You know what I'm saying? For Mikey Garcia, you know what I'm saying? You didn't even try getting punched by Errol Spence. Imagine Manny Pacquiao come in there with them Bruce Lee hands and flurry on you, man. I mean, and for Crawford, I mean, it's a tough fight because he gonna be the biggest puncher you ever face. Obviously the southpaw won't bother Crawford because he can't fight southpaw orthodox, but Pacquiao is a difficult opponent. Awkward. Everything has to be like tight. You're not gonna just walk that man down and do what Jeff Warren did. And if you do, you probably gonna never be the same again. But obviously I think people will be more intrigued by the Crawford fight. The ability for to be slick, use the ring. Good fighter, dangerous fight. It's a high risk, low reward fight. You're supposed to be the 40-something-year-old Manny Pacquiao. You're not supposed to struggle or nothing because the narrative gonna be if you struggle with him and beat him, or it's a questionable decision. Oh, if this is '09, Pacquiao would have destroyed Crawford. He would have destroyed Mikey. He would have destroyed Spence. You go back to you knock him out in one round. You beat up an old Pacquiao. So basically, this fight is about the Super WBA belt, and it's about the financial incentive that come with it. Quite frankly, if Mikey Garcia get the fight, man, you can lie all you want to. You gonna watch that shit. you can tell me in my face, oh CJ, I ain't gonna watch. You gonna watch that shit, especially if ain't nothing else on. You gonna watch it. You gonna watch it. He said George say right. They keep saying Wilder needs to show boxing skills. Why? KO they ass, put him to sleep. Tank Smart for saying take the pressure off. Tank got Jamel say Tank got 23 wins and 20 knockouts. Now he want to try to box. Errol said the post fight he tried but he couldn't. Shit changed, but you can't kill everybody in the ring. You know what I'm saying? You can't kill everybody in the ring, but it don't look good. And then he didn't knock out his next opponent he fought. He didn't knock out Shine. Shine ain't the easy guy to knock out. But he said he was gonna knock Shine out. They said he was gonna knock Shine out. I'm gonna try to hurt you. Now that's 0-2 for knockouts. But with Pacquiao and Mikey, I mean, it's a chance for Mikey to win. Mikey is a accurate puncher, a good counter puncher, just not a volume puncher. And that's gonna get him in trouble in there with Manny. But I'll watch. I'm not paying for it. Crawford and Pacquiao, I'll support it because I like Crawford. But a lot of people gonna say, well, it's good closer to Errol Spence. Maybe, maybe not. But at this point, people chasing Manny Pacquiao and they're making him more and more valuable. And there's really no value there. You beat him, it's gonna be like Oscar beating Chavez. They fought twice. You beat Chavez. Nobody go to Oscar resume and say he beat Chavez. That's his best win. Hell no. You look at Floyd Mayweather. Nobody bring up Oscar as one of his best wins. Not really. It was it was an important fight. It was a changing point in his career. But if you're just tuning in, Stephen Fulton and Angelo Leo is off for Saturday. Fulton tested positive for the coronavirus. But talk technical about the Mikey fight in Pacquiao. I mean, just gonna be the fact can Mikey catch him slipping, and Manny is just not as reckless as he used to be since he got knocked out by Marquez. So he don't let his hands go as much as he used to. And beat Pacquiao is just either you're gonna walk through him like Jeff Horn, or you're gonna utilize the ring. He can't cut the ring off. You're gonna outbox him. Or in Mikey Garcia case, he's gonna try to sit there and land something significant for Bud. Bud can walk him down, but he gonna open himself up to get knocked out. I just stick and move, bro. Simple boxing. Stick and move. Move away, move to my right, move away from the left hand, and just box him. Utilize the ring. If you ever notice, when Pacquiao is the hunter, he the stalker. He can't cut the ring off. Even versus old ass Shane Mosley, he dropped him, but he had issues with cutting the ring off. If you utilize the ring on Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get frustrated. He gonna start pounding his gloves together. He gonna jump in there with some bullshit, and you'll be able to catch him. All you gotta do is keep your chin down, hands up, and be ready to take advantage of what's going there. Mikey can do that. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with Mikey is, will Mikey put punches together? You know, Pacquiao throw punches, he get credit just for hitting on you on your arm. And the issue for Crawford would be, you know, Pacquiao touch him, then he want to fight and go into a war when he don't need to. It's just discipline. Like he fought Victor Posto. That's how he fight Manny Pacquiao. Stick and move. He get in close. You do what Floyd do. Hold him. If it's good enough for all-time great and Floyd to do it, if it's good enough for Shane Mosley to do it, it's good enough for Morales to move it. Circle away from his left hand, and you're gonna beat him. That's it. If you got the skills to do it, you're gonna beat him. He gonna get frustrated, you know, and that's when you start. And that's when you start taking advantage. You're not looking for the kill shot. All you looking is fight Pacquiao. Stick and move, hit, don't get hit. And the more he get frustrated, the more he get outboxed, the more he gonna jump in and lunge at some shit, and you might hit the money shot. It's a simple. It's simple. Mikey can execute that game plan. Terence can execute that game plan. Terence can execute the game plan if he got the discipline. I'm not worried about Mikey having the discipline. I'm worried about Mikey having enough volume to keep up if he don't land that shot. I know Crawford gonna have the volume. Crawford got the length advantage. It's no southpaw advantage versus Crawford. Crawford can utilize the ring with his feet, but it's discipline from Crawford. You can't go tit for tat with Manny Pacquiao. It's hit and don't get hit. It's easy. Utilize the ring, touch him, touch him, touch him. Utilize the ring, he lunge in, touch him. That's it. For Mikey, it's the same thing. I just don't think Mikey is athletic enough to keep up. And my concern with Terence is I don't think he's disciplined enough to fight the fight. He showed me versus Victor Posto. If he want to be disciplined, he can. And believe it or not, it was a lot of people that picked Victor Posto to beat Terence Crawford. He was coming off the biggest win, stopping Lucas and T-Set. But people dismiss Crawford, Posto, and Posto just gave Josh Taylor everything he wanted in some. He said, but Aaron would make the fight when Pacquiao was younger. You must think Crawford is Keith. Manny steps in that ring with Crawford is going to be a 6-0. I mean, it could be different, you know what I'm saying? But it's still the difference, bro. It's a lot of things you don't know. Like, can he take it on the chops for real? And Pacquiao gonna land. You know, he got a better skill set to beat Pacquiao than Keith did. Keith didn't have the right game plan. Keith was looking to throw haymaker hooks. Looking at first round, he was looking to land his sweeping hooks, and it wasn't the punch to throw versus the southpaw. He figured out down the stretch, if I walk him down with straight shots, I can win. But he approached it the wrong way. Hit and don't get hit. Keith Thurman tried to come out there like he approached every fight, give respect, hit you with some big shots, make you gunshot, stick and move, and win on points down the stretch. All Mayweather did was fill him out. He got caught early on. Then he got into his groove. He touched him. He sticked. He touched him. He outboxed him easy. That's it. Keith Thurman made the mistake of trying to get respect, like he got respect versus Keith, Katana, Diego, Danny. You can't treat every fighter like that when you get to that level. And ultimately, a balanced knockdown was the ultimate thing. So Keith had the right skills. He just didn't throw straight shots, you know. Anthony Salute, he say, who should I look out to replace Miguel Cotto? That one punching motherfucker, what's his name? Somebody say his name in the chat. That motherfucker that's killing shit. Not for Dejo. But Ishmael Salas might rebuild Verdejo. You know, I ain't giving up on Verdejo. I'll talk a little shit about him, but Ishmael Salas the truth, bro. Depends on if Pacquiao is on the orange juice. Okay. He said, man, that Bud and Pac fight will boost Bud to pay-per-view. Said no excuses, Spence, but they still will find a way, bro. I mean, if you're looking forward to Pacquiao and Bud fight to deliver a Spence fight, I just understand they're not looking at doing it. So we also gotta hope that Spence wins, Spence come back in good health. So I will watch either of them. I would support because Crawford a real motherfucker. So that's the only reason I would financially support. But I said I'm buying the Charlo card straight up and down. I ain't mentioning no words about that. I'm buying that shit. I'm gonna have to be a hypocrite on that one. I'm buying that Charlo card. That's just too good of a value to buy, bro. Yeah, Egner Berlanga, whatever. Yeah, man, he bringing heat. They thought Machado was gonna be that guy, but that one kid that left and went to top rank that stopped him to the body with the same shot, he just couldn't get by him. Bud need to holler at my homie Warren Buffett for the Pacquiao fight. Yeah, Warren Buffett got money to burn. When Warren Buffett died, I think it was his money going to it's not his money not going to his kids or to no dependents or nothing like this. It's going straight to charities and shit. So Um, I mean, Warren Buffett can make it happen, but then again, will Al make it happen? That's the question. But at the end of the day, I think long as COVID don't get in the way, I think we had just some solid fights, man. But I think COVID is going to throw a monkey wrench in that. I have to rewatch Rosario, but I think Jamel is going to stretch him. I mean, it could happen, but the difference with Rosario is that he changed his training around. They put him in a halfway house. Legitimately, he was in the halfway house. He had a curfew. If he ate anything outside the meal plan, he was kicked out. If he came in late from curfew, he was kicked out. So they put Rosario in the halfway house for that championship fight. So you seen the best Rosario. So Rosario been training for the last 2 or 3 months too. I told y'all he was coming over from the Dominican Republic a couple months ago, and he been training. So Rosario, you can't judge Rosario on Cotto or Nathaniel Gallimore. Now he's training like a real fighter. Now, once he takes success again, or he add a belt versus Jamel, will he continue to be successful in that system? Who knows? But a lot of people say they knew he was probably gonna be J Rock when they said he was in that halfway house training. So he looked strong. He kept his position. And that's what you gotta do versus Jamel. You gotta hold your position, look for the big 1-2, and if you continue to pressure Jamel Charlo, you gonna beat him. That's it. Just stay on top of him like Vanez did. Cut the ring off. Stay on top of him. He too emotional. So you can't really compare what Rosario did before the Williams fight. The only thing you really can go on is the Williams fight. In your honest opinion, is it going to replace Manny? Who was, in your honest opinion, I think he said who was going to replace Manny Pacquiao once he decides to become a promoter, the next great Filipino fighter. It ain't gonna be Gesta. We gotta see what happened with Magic Mike. I'm trying to think, man. I don't know too many more Filipino fighters. Sure, he was from Thailand, I think, so I'm not sure. It seemed like they got some good heat coming out. He said if you ever try at work, get a Charlo water bottle so you can work. Funny. Let's see how much power punishment Rosario can take. He may not be able to take. He might not have to take no fucking punishment. Charlo ain't nothing complex. It's just a big 1-2 puncher. That's it. There's nothing complex about Charlo. You're not getting 3 or 4 or 5 shots. Don't let the one blind you. Be prepared for the two. It's nothing special about him. You know what I'm saying? He's never blew the doors off to me of no opponent. Never. If y'all saying Tony Harrison was a bum before all of this, hold on. You saying Tony Harrison was a bum, before this, he shouldn't be struggling with Tony Harrison. He shouldn't have struggled with John Jackson. He shouldn't struggle with Vanage Monterosian. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't struggle with those guys. So Charlo is nowhere near an A-level fighter, in my opinion. He's a good B-minus fighter. He's not just going out here killing everything that's moving. So we'll see. We'll see. He get by on stamina and physical assets, not skill. So we'll see. But Rosario didn't shy away from the fight. He didn't. He said, for me, I think, in my honest opinion, Canelo is supposed to be the replacement for Oscar. If you agree with the statement, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's supposed to be the replacement for Oscar, the supplement for, Chavez and Salvador and stuff of that nature. I hope Bud get the Pacquiao fight just to spit in his hater's face. I don't think he's gonna get that fight. I guess that's why they didn't do the Fox announcement show. They might be trying to finalize that fight. So I don't know. They compete with Top Rank. Top Rank has been very frugal with their budget. So it's nothing that made me believe that Top Rank can pull a rabbit out their ass and with this fight. But yeah, let's talk about Tank. All right. Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting what? Oh, I tend to forget this day. What is it? October 24th? Let me pull it up. I think he's fighting October 24th. And yep, October 24th, right? And the WBA World Light title in the WBA World Super Featherweight title. So both the titles on the line. The super featherweight at 130, and then his regular WBA 135 is both on the line, right? And the thing about this fight is it's on pay-per-view Showtime October 24th, but it's going up against Khabib's second to last fight versus Justin Gatlich, whatever his name is, Gaethje. And what I read about that fight on ESPN, and it is ESPN's job to pump they fights up. But they said this is one of the most anticipated fights in UFC history. This Justin Gaethje guy, this dude is 5-2 in the UFC. His last 4 or 5 wins have been all by KO or TKO. He dog walked Tony Ferguson and stopped him, which some of y'all thought Tony Ferguson could beat Khabib. Khabib hadn't fought since September 9th or 2019, 9th or whatever the fuck it is. He hadn't fought since then. And now he'll be coming off more than a year layoff fighting this Justin Gatlin guy. And you know UFC is probably going to put on a hell of a fight card. So, and also, Khabib might have one more fight left after that. So, it's going to be a huge celebration. So, it's almost a guarantee that if people are financially stable, that pay-per-view is going to do over 1 million pay-per-views. And I said in my video, they can put Leo and Tank on regular Showtime, and I guarantee you UFC ratings are going to still do better on pay-per-view than it's doing on regular Showtime. So they might want to rethink this and reschedule this fight. But the thing about it is, if it's going on at Fight Island starts a little bit later. Now, we assuming that Leo and Tank going to happen at the Mohegan Sun with no fans. What I understand that may happen, there's no inside information. Understand that a lot of fights could be coming to the Microsoft Center, or if they can do fans across the street at the Staples Center. Sean, salute. So if they can do it with fans, they might be fighting on West Coast time, and West Coast time is pretty much about the time that some of those UFC fights going on. So it's probably in Tank's best. It's probably in Tank's best interest to fight on another day or fight on the East Coast. So by the time his fight go off, UFCs will still be going on. So that's a bad thing for Mayweather Promotion. It was already a pay-per-view that I didn't think was gonna do good, and now you going up against Khabib's one of his last fights. And they said this might go down as the best fight in UFC history because the dude that he fighting is a world-class wrestler and he a great striker. So, I don't understand this one. I don't know if they're gonna be playing a UFC fight or a Tank fight. But like I said before, even if this fight was on regular TV, it wasn't gonna fuck with that pay-per-view. Them white folks and them MMA fans, they gonna buy that shit, nigga. Real talk, they gonna buy it, and Tank fans are predominantly black, they gonna stream it. Straight up and down, bro. And it's unfortunate that it landed like that, but maybe they could switch it around. But it should make no sense for Tank and Leo. Once again, I sound pretty much like I'm saying the same thing I was saying about Danny Errol. Pretty much, it's no point for this fight to go on pay-per-view. I mean, Leo made what, 700,000 his last fight? What, Tank made 1 million? You telling me you can't pay these dudes $1 million, $1.5 million a piece, and the winner get 500,000? All this, Mayweather buying the biggest Birkin bag, all the cars he got. You know what I'm saying? You telling me Mayweather can't financially put up money for this fight? It's disgusting. He's all your favorite UFC fighters. Shit, I don't watch it enough to know, but I like Max Holloway too. But the kid that this dude now, I like him, man. The kid that fought Tony Ferguson on the Khabib undercard. What's his name? Anybody know his name? He fought. I like him. He fought. He just fought Cowboy Cerrone. Y'all know that kid's name? I love watching him fight. Y'all know what I'm talking about? He said, hold on. Yeah, nobody know this nigga? Anthony Pettis. Yeah, I like him. That's one of my favorite fighters too. I love me some Pettis, dog. I fuck with Pettis. I don't know shit about the sport for real, but I like the way he fight. I like the way Max Holloway fight. I like John Jones. Who else in there? Khabib, I love Khabib. Khabib, man, when he spit on Conor McGregor and got the whoop, man, Khabib probably my Pettis and Khabib, my two favorites. I like them. Remember, Chicken Cruz wanted $3 million for Rigo. No way, they pay him to fight Tank for $1 million. I mean, come on. My whole thing about it is about Tank is and Leo like, man, them niggas Tank, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Or yeah, if they guarantee them to it, man, I wouldn't pay for that fight. I wouldn't pay for that fight. Yeah, you talking about the fake John Jones? Hey, I gotta watch him. But he's gonna be in front of the UFC. But Easy Baby 1980 salute. But that ain't no pay per view fight, bro. You paying Leo? They act like Leo Santa Cruz got some type of hardcore crackhead following, bro. Leo ain't got no hardcore following like that, do he? Man, fuck out of here, man. That ain't no pay per view fight. I don't care how they slice the cake. I don't care. Ain't we supposed to be brothers? I ain't paying for no Tank and no damn Leo. I'm gonna have UFC on the big screen. I'm gonna have that shit on the laptop. The only way Tank should be going on pay per view if he fight Gary Russell. That's the only way that shit was going to sell. Or fight Lomachenko. And Loma and Teofimo. Hey, what's so sad about it is that Loma and Teofimo Lopez might not go on pay per view. It might go on ESPN and Tank going on pay per view. Get out of here. Easy Baby 1988 in the super chat. Appreciate it. Y'all want to make a donation, super chat, but y'all can try Cash App, PayPal in the description. Best way to donate, share that video though. He said Gaethje did 700,000 buys in his last fight. Him and Khabib gonna be huge. And W. Oh damn. Yeah, he did. He fought Tony Ferguson like at the end like at it wasn't like it was like pretty much at the beginning of the pandemic and shit when they first started back doing fights. He said, your honest opinion, if Oscar De La Hoya was in his prime right now in the welterweight division, who would be his worst matchup? In the worst matchup? Hmm. Probably Bud. Bud and Errol. Bud for sure. Bud for sure. Bud. Bud would be his worst matchup because I don't like, he said he don't like runners and shit, and then he ran versus Trinidad. Bud would be his worst matchup I could think of. I think he handled Sean like he did. You know, it'd be a tough fight like Corte, but Bud, just because of the style. I think he eat up Earl Spence style all day. I could be wrong. He said, Ron LSC, ain't nobody know Leo, bro. See, here we go. Man, Leo cashing out. He might retire after this shit. Tank better not make that Earl Spence mistake, and don't, man, Tank better go out there. If the kill there at some point, he better kill this bitch. I'll put some more respect on Tank name, bro. Tyson versus Roy's about to do 5. Yeah, it's only 50 a pop. That ain't bad. People complaining. He said I got Thurman or Bud. Thurman just ain't. I think Thurman be good. Thurman just telegraphed too much. Oscar Jab would tear that ass up all night. Yeah, it's over for Tank and Leo. That shit not selling. Man, I didn't know that Justin Gaethje guy did 700,000 with Tony Ferguson. Him and Khabib about to be a fucking man. They did 1.4. They saying with motherfucking Usman, which y'all call him the Nigerian NyQuil in the comment section, and Jorge Masvidal. And may it be that fight was made like a week out. They did one, man. Ferguson and this motherfucker with a good undercard, they about to crack 2 million, bro. He said my cousin went to school, Leo. They about to crack 2 million. He said Keith Thurman will beat Sean because he can't cut the ring off. Keith Thurman, man, he might get in there. Oscar might pop his ass with 2 pieces and drop his ass early. Keith Thurman don't throw no straight punches. Oscar be able to catch that shit. But it's an interesting matchup. Man, UFC about to crush Tank ass, and I'm gonna help that. I'm gonna buy that shit, nigga. I'm gonna stream Tank shit, ignorant ass little nigga. And I ain't never like Leo Santa Cruz. I'm the only nigga that consistently bash him on YouTube. All these other black motherfuckers give him a pass. When nobody trying to take up for when none of these dudes trying to take up for Gary Russell. Man, I'm gonna go support that UFC card. Cause that's too, man. The way I read that article, I'm like, damn, I wanna see that shit tomorrow. You feel me? The way they was bigging up that fight, bro, I got to see that. I'm definitely gonna check that shit out. They probably gonna get my money, bro. It's October 24th. I ain't mad. Ain't you supposed to be boxing? Man, I'm wherever the good fights at. Wherever the best fight. I'm not paying for no Tank, bro. You crazy as hell, man. I'm not paying for no Tank and Leo Santa Cruz. What type of message would that send to the box community if Goodfellas Sports TV paid for two of the biggest ducking fighters in this nation? No way, Jose. Dula Mortal salute. No way, Jose. Ever since Leo folded after Gary touched his pops, I lost every ounce of respect for his bitch ass. He said he's a jokester. And please, Bill Haney was like, "Ain't nobody gonna put their arm around me, Slim. Ain't nobody gonna put their arm around me." That motherfucker said, "Hey, that ain't gonna happen." I'm like, all right, OG. He said Justin Gaethje nickname is the highlight. Every fight he's ever had, he's been the fight of the night or had the KO of the night. Oh man, boy, you get me excited about some UFC, man. I'm excited about this fight. I'm excited. They're gonna end up canceling the fight. Oh, Leo or Tank came down with strep throat. Tank is the biggest ducker. I mean, he up there with him and Leo Santa Cruz. I gotta give me somebody to make me a poster. This fight should be called Duck Duck Goose. Yo, is Mr. Gary Russell getting in the ring soon? Only him and Al Heyman know the answer to that. If a motherfucker out here talking clout chasing and trying to get a fight like that, ain't nothing cooking for him. It's crazy, man. This is crazy shit, man. I ain't paying for no Tank. So you ain't no boxing fan. I don't care, man. A lot of y'all ain't no real boxing fans out here. Real talks, a lot of them. Did you hear Gary beat Leo ass bad and that he refused to be near? I heard in the amateurs it was pretty bad, according to Gary Russell. Leo beat Adrian Broner in the amateurs. Just the amateurs. So if you don't want to fight him, they gonna give Leo a pass. The Mexican fans the fake Mexican casual fans, they gonna give Mexicans a pass. They get Canelo a pass every time. Real Mexican boxing fans don't even like Canelo. I'm pretty sure they don't like Leo Santa Cruz neither. Always using his daddy as an excuse. When my dad said, "We don't give a fuck, nigga. Is you fighting? Bitch, I might be. Is you rolling? Fight then." What's crazy is Khabib and McGregor too would do too. Hey, you ain't lying. I'll pay for that, Sean. Oh my mama. I felt bad for not paying for that fight the first time. Oh my mama, that was the hardest event last decade. That was the greatest combat sports event from 2010 to 2009, whatever you want to say, 19. That was the hardest. That whole card was cracked, nigga. That whole from the beginning to the end, that was worth every penny. When you buy something, you say, "Damn, this was a good ass purchase." You know what I'm saying? We get older. That's like John Deere's and motherfucking vacuums and carpet cleaners and back patio fucking awnings and stuff. That's kind of what you be like. Man, I'm glad I bought this shit, man. You ever bought something like, man, I'm glad I bought this. Really paid off. That will make you feel good as a consumer. When you buy something and you feel good, that's kind of how I felt after watching Errol and Sean and Pacquiao and Thurman. I ain't mind spending my $20 going to the movies to watch. I got my money's worth. I got every penny, every cent, dime, nickel, quarter, whatever. I got everything out there. $20. I felt good. I felt good leaving it. But if you ever paid for something and you ain't feel good about it, you bought it and you like, man, this ain't even worth it. Won't even worth it. But that fight card, nigga, I would have paid $100 for it. I wouldn't even feel bad. He said one championship Muay Thai fights dope as fuck off action. Hey, kickboxing should be hype as hell when they show it on ESPN. He said Leo must be fooled. Shakur, Tank, and Haney, everyone wants him. Yeah, he can't punch. He really don't have no. He don't have no really good skills or features. What would scare you about Leo Santa Cruz? He got pretty okay feet. He throw a lot of punches, a lot of slap. But what else? He's stiff, no head movement. Come on. The whole night was worth it. The food I purchased, the alcohol, the event, that was an event. Yes, it was, bro. Me and Ho Ass Kelly Enigma was going live doing that shit. And when he jumped out the ring, that was just like the cherry on top. That motherfucker got out the ring, kicking ass and taking names. And then my dog Khabib jumped out the. You ain't lying, bro. He spit on the nigga. He jumped up. Man, that shit was the craziest, bro.
Have you ever seen UFC Yair Rodriguez fight before? He had the knockout of last year. No, I haven't seen him when he knocked out the Korean Zombie once. I probably seen that. I don't remember. I fell asleep during the 11 toes versus Keith Thurman fight. YouTube replay was reasonable. That was $80. That's $80. That wasn't $80. Danny Garcia Keith. That was on regular CBS. That was on regular CBS. He said, "I own the bare knuckle league. I will give Gary Russell and Bud a big bag right now." You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying, dog. Man, they ain't gonna sanction that shit, man. That's like you going to a dog fighting ring. You show up with a chihuahua. And it's nothing but pits in that motherfucker. You crazy as hell. They ain't gonna sanction that shit. They better have 911 is emergency. They better have the ambulance on deck. They better have the doctor, the surgeon on deck. Here are my top 10 boxers of all time: Muhammad Ali, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Fredo Gomez, Oscar De La Hoya, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., and Ward Jones Jr. and Evander Holyfield. All right. He said, "Would you take Leo over Ryan?" I'm taking Ryan Garcia. I said this year, I'm taking Ryan over Leo. I'm taking Ryan over Tevin Farmer. I said that shit. Well, I said that last year. I'm taking both of them over. I'm riding with Ryan all the way till the wheels fall off. I'm riding with Ryan versus Luke Campbell, bro. The B tried to curve stump the whole corner. You ain't lying, bro. Real one, dog. Real one. Me and Khabib could be cool. For sure. When he did that, he got all my respect. And then Conor McGregor was talking about his religion, and Dana White wasn't saying nothing. That just sympathized with me about just racism. Have a sandwich lock bag for Russell. Crawford is gonna fold that look. You ain't lying. If Khabib's be Galley, it's gonna be Khabib versus GSP in April. That legitimately might be the first UFC pay-per-view to hit 3 million. It might be Conor McGregor. Shit. Never know. He said, General Child was saying he pussy if he don't fight Gary. I'm flagging this channel from now on. Yeah, I mean, he don't know nothing, bro. He fucking around with he basically 20 fucking around with a fucking teenager, bro. Why would you even take his opinion seriously? He don't fight Gary Russell. Get out of here, nigga. He said see him in the street. You heard Gary Russell. He ain't say nothing about the street. Get out of here. He said see him in the street. I can't believe who still listen to 78, bro. Seriously. Don't no sane nigga. Don't no real boxing fan listen to that shit. I'm telling you, Leo over. Man, Ryan Garcia gonna beat the shit out of Leo Santa Cruz, bro. You crazy as hell, man. Ryan gonna dog walk that ass. Man, don't be jumping on the Ryan bandwagon when he put them hands on Luke. I'm gonna be jumping off if Luke put them cool hands on him though. Ryan who? Nah, I was talking about Ryan Gomez, nigga, the nigga. Oh man. I'm talking about Ryan Johnson, nigga, not Ryan. I'm be twisting the story. I pick Ryan. I don't even remember picking Ryan. Ryan who? No, I was talking about Ryan and the amateurs. Gary said he can weigh 141, but Bud going, man, I ain't gonna entertain that, bro. That motherfucker ain't but mad motherfucker just clout chasing. It's just clout chasing, man. We got some good fights coming up though. You got Ryan and Luke, I heard was already done. They just putting it crossing their T's and dotting their I's. Hopefully COVID don't fuck up the good fights. They can fuck up the bad fights. I don't care. Like Dillian White and Povetkin, I care less. I'm not interested in the fight, but we don't care. Explain to me, please. Keith Thurman beat Porter and Danny on free TV. How was Errol fighting both of them on pay per view? Makes no sense to me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know how it go. Different times, different measures. I saw on StubHub TV say the same thing talking about, but man, y'all can't believe y'all listen to that nigga, man. NBA start tomorrow, so I'm gonna talk some NBA. He don't know basketball. Motherfucker don't even know his mom and his daddy. Why are we even talking about him? I don't take their opinions seriously, bro. Them niggas some marks. Take them talking about pushing false nigga. That's let you know, man. If they can hate another black man like that, do you think they really showing love to their hood? Oh man, get out of here. They ain't showing no love. They ain't never hated a white man like they hated Bud. I swear to God, I've never seen the energy, all the racist shit. They ain't hate George Zimmerman like that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't, OJ versus Donald Trump. That shit ain't happened. That shit crazy. They ain't never heard George Zimmerman. They ain't never had that malice towards George Zimmerman. They ain't never had that malice towards nothing. The dude that killed George Floyd, the cops that killed Breonna Taylor, the motherfuckers that killed. You ain't never heard them come with the pain or the malice about some real shit. But when it comes to Stephen A. Smith, Jason Whitlock, when it comes to Terence Crawford, when it comes to Clarissa Shields, when it came to Keith Thurman, see, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for brothers that's real. They get real aggressive and angry about other brothers. But when it comes to the white man, when it comes to the brown man, when it comes to the other, they ain't that aggressive at all. At all. When you gotta watch out for them. And then the letter crew, that's what they do. They don't never have that malice towards the white man. No matter what the white man do, white man kick in 78 door and take his little Beverly Rose and toss her and flip her up like a quarter, toss her back, and he won't do nothing. Yes, thank you, sir. I love you, sir. Oh, you want the ball, Beverly Rose and my wife for two more weeks goes ahead, sir. I fine was that, sir? No condom, some condom, my condom. It doesn't matter, sir. I sit here, I just watch you do it. But when it comes to Stephen A. Smith and it comes to Jason Whitlock and it comes to motherfucking Terence Crawford and them, they get all you don't even get. Come on, man, get out of here with that, man. Get out of here with that. They don't have that same energy, man. They just some self-hating brothers, bro. Self-hating brothers. That's it. That's it. Get mad at Timothy Bradley, all types of shit. This video of Fred saying, I likes Oscar De La Hoya. I support Golden Boy. I likes my Mexicans fight. Come on, man. The biggest insurgent intruder in boxing channel history, bro. Yeah, Andre Ward, come on. Come on. Get out of here. You don't even get that mad at Bob Arum, my nigga. Swear to God they don't. Bob Arum was a brother. Oh yeah, come on, man. Get out of here. Pretty sure we all got more to do with our day than listen to them talk. I'm guessing Gary Russell's the new face of the local dummy boxing. You know how it is. They didn't show that nigga no support, bro. No support before all this happened, bro. None. All of a sudden, man, come on, man. Please. Nigga's a joke. Yo, I wish you would do a live on all the best best by weight classes. The way we can separate the real boxing fan. Yeah, I might do that. That's a good. That's gonna be. That's gonna take a lot of research though, because you don't want to leave. I have to give me a panel for that one, bro. That had to be a panel because I couldn't possibly do all that research. Because you talking about to the beginning of the time. I would have to. If you do it each way, it had to be in category. Because if we did the original weight classes, it'd be a simpler. But then you got the supers, the juniors. You know what I'm saying? And just think of welterweight right now, like. I can just say the two best welterweights are Sugar Ray Robinson and Henry Armstrong. That won't take me long to do that one. You know? But you talking about the smaller weight classes and light heavyweight. I mean, Archie Moore, Michael Moore was a good light heavyweight. Michael Spinks. I mean, it'd kind of be, Roy Jones would be in that conversation. But personally, light heavyweight, I'm probably looking at, Archie, if I'm correct, Michael Moore, and I'm probably looking at Michael Spinks. I could be forgetting somebody. So that'd be interesting. I would love to get some real trainers on to talk about that. 6 months of Gary Russell coverage. You ain't lying. Yeah, Wilder starting camp today. I mean, the 14th, I think I heard. You know what I'm saying? And you just, I love to just talk that real shit. I got a podcast coming strictly for boxing, bro. I've been working on it. I'm gonna have some people on and shit every week. We do it like once a week or something like that. Think about doing it on speaker, so some things got to kind of fall in place. Hopefully, we kind of get into an end of this COVID, so I can get things I want to get done. James Toney got to be in there too. Nah, not at 75. I wouldn't put him at the top tier. But cruiserweight he could be in that discussion. Super middleweight. Roy just emasculated him at super middleweight, and I love me some James Toney. I read somewhere that Tyson Jones fight wasn't going to be scored. You know, they got headgear on now. I was mad when I heard that. Who won a 15-round championship fight between Crawford and Cotto in a prime? So what you saying Cotto prime is, though? That's the question. What is Cotto's prime? If you're talking at 40, he was on the canvas a lot at 40 because he was drained. 47 before Margarito, I would go with Cotto right now because I don't know. I haven't seen Crawford kind of fight that elite welterweight. But if you go up in weight and dominate up in weight, then it'll be a good fight. He beat Shane. He was still, he wasn't Shane. He beat Zab. And I can see Crawford winning that fight. But at 40, I like Crawford better. Just because Cotto wasn't as strong at 40, he was dropped a few times. But at 47, I think before the Margarito fight, right now, I probably would favor Cotto. Great fighter. But I can't give you an honest opinion. I can't give you an honest opinion on Crawford at 47 until I see more. But Cotto was rate drained at 140, though. Go look at it. He wasn't as strong as he was at 47. Cotto before Margarito was the best version of Cotto, and Crawford was punching that motherfucker at 140. But Cotto at 47, I would favor Cotto just because I don't know enough. I favor Cotto over Spence. So it ain't nothing new. It's certain guys I favor Spence beating that won't be. It's all about a style fight. Like Spence probably would beat Paul Williams because Paul Williams struggled with southpaws. You know, so there's certain guys that I think Spence can beat that Keith couldn't, that Keith can beat that Crawford couldn't. So it's different. You know what I'm saying? But by no stretch of the imagination do I consider any of those guys the greatest welterweights I've seen in my lifetime. Just facts. Vincent Cotto, yeah, it would be nice, but Cotto just had too at 47. Cotto just had right now. He just had too much. He was a problem, bro. Cotto was a tough cookie to crack. I love that fight with Shane Mosley, man. Woo. Love Cotto with Shane. Cotto and Zab, man. Antonio Margarito took a good fighter from us. Y'all can ask questions now. I feel them, but with the UFC to end up on this, man, Tank and Leo ain't got a chance in hell, bro. If all the intel that y'all telling me, Johnny lost salute. All the intel y'all telling me about this UFC fight, see, I read about it, and I'm like, maybe ESPN pumping it up. They saying that this might be the greatest fight or one of the best fights in UFC history between Khabib and Justin Gaethje, whatever his name is. And if you asking me, if I got the paper, I might even, if we can go to a bar and watch it or something like that at that time, I'll go to the bar. But if I got the paper, I'm watching that shit, bro. Straight up and down, I'm ordering that Khabib shit. And the undercard I know gonna be fire. Who you think gonna pay for Tank and Leo? And you can go get a motherfucking decade classic already between Khabib and that Justin Gaethje guy. And my man said every fight he been in fight of the year or knockout of the year. Come on, man, you crazy as fuck. That UFC shit, man. Man, the fights there's more boxing in some of those fights than you see in boxing. Like that Russian and Aldo, man, them niggas was throwing hands, my nigga, dog. For real. Them niggas was throwing hands. And it was better boxing than in boxing. Now every fight not gonna be like that, but shit, I pay for, man, everything they saying about that Khabib and that Justin Gaethje. I'm paying for that shit. I ain't watching that Tank shit. I ain't paying for that. I ain't paying for that. On my mama, I ain't paying for that. I'll stream it. I have the UFC on the big screen. If I go to Hooters or Buffalo Wild Wings or Dave and Buster's, I watch UFC on the big screen. I'll be streaming Tank fight on my phone. But you crazy. Evan Valero at 35. Crawford. Valero wasn't that good, bro. He was a good puncher though. He had allegedly knocked out Oscar in sparring. Crazy. I'll buy the Charlo card. Y'all got me, and I might think about going to Wilder Fury 3, but it's gonna, man, I ain't paying no high ass ticket price. I'll just be in Vegas just to watch it. If Khabib be wrestling this shit, man. Khabib be throwing hands too. Couldn't he drop Conor McGregor, my man? I watch that shit. That made me no different. As long as it ain't the Nigerian NyQuil, bro. Because Anthony Pettis go hard. Max Holloway, man, was going hard too. He got robbed by old boy. Man, I see some great fights, bro. Oh man, I'm watching that shit. I don't care. It's better than boxing most nights. Real talk. Some fights I can't get into, but the bigger fights, hell yeah, man. Everything they saying about this fight is true. I'm going to purchase it. I mean, I'm telling you, Khabib just lost his dad. He going hard. Well, that's what they was calling him, Nigerian Nyquil in the chat. Somebody was calling him that. It just was a cool name to me. He said undercard PBC lit too. I saw a Rolly intern fight. Can't wait to see it. Man, they just canceled the Stephen Fulton fight this weekend versus Angelo Leo due to COVID. Prime Margarito for me is mid-20s, and Crawford is in page 15 championship. Mid-20s. I just think he's prime right before the Margarito fight. Anything before that. And at 40, I don't think he's at the strongest. Wama versus Gamboa. Which one? Juan Manuel or are you talking about Wama Lopez? I like Gamboa over Lopez. Always did. Fight never happened though. I love UFC. I'm just not a fan of the lay and pray fighters. No, I don't like the Nigerian Nyquil style neither. But Khabib, Khabib will fight you too. I watched that shit, man. Real. Even the last versus Usman and Masvidal, bro. You had a boring main event, but the undercard was cracked, nigga. Like shit, I take that. I take it. Trinidad and Hitman, who you got? Shit, whoever get touched first is going to sleep. Whoever get touched first going to sleep. It's a good fight though. Trinidad can win it though because he punched pretty hard, but probably go with Thomas. I take that. When UFC stand up, they don't look good as. But man, shit, that motherfucking Russian taking on Aldo. Them niggas was throwing hands, man. I don't know what the fuck you was talking about. Them jokers was throwing hands. Motherfuckers was throwing hands. Max Holloway was in there throwing hands with my mans, dog. Shit, man, I seen some good boxing in the UFC, low key. Not all of them. Hitchison, I heard he fight Mendez, Richardson Hitchison. Y'all can ask questions. I'll get to them. They showing Spence report on FS1 now. They were showing it on FS2 last night or yesterday afternoon. Trinidad versus Floyd. Who you got? I don't know. Probably I don't know. That's a good fight. I just ain't a fan of Floyd at 147. I'll just keep it at that. Trinidad didn't have the best balance. Floyd might just stick and move and beat him. Yeah, Max Kellerman said Hitman can beat Prime. He probably would knock the fuck out of Floyd out. You're right. I'm not paying for that fight. You going to in Leo Tank fight with your Leo shirt, man? Shit, I ain't paying for that shit. I watch it. I talk about it. I ain't paying for that shit. If I had to pay for a fight that night, or whatever fight gonna be on the big screen, it's gonna be in a UFC fight. But things can change, though. Like I said, somebody can get COVID, and we all be like, "Oh man, they can happen." Lara versus Khan current day. Lara, man, what kind of question? Barrios fighting nobody, and Brandon Figueroa fighting nobody instead of Danny Roman, who got robbed. But dudes always got to fight the tough bouts. Brothers. Yeah, Brandon Figueroa said he'd make Fulton quit or something. He said some shit. He another coward. Brandon Figueroa scary ass. Omar fight anybody crazy. UFC fighters are good at kickboxing karate, but their boxing is there. Not all of them. Not all of them. Can't box them all in one. Mexican show and tell. I don't know what that means. Javier Logan. And Al Heyman, you talk about those, y'all keep asking questions. And you talk about those fighters that like Brandon Figueroa and Mario Barros, who he should be fighting that Russian dude again. Al Heyman allow that shit, bro. You know, I'm telling you, Al Heyman probably more Mexican than brother. How good was Prince Nazim? I thought he was overrated, bro. He struggled with Kevin Kelly. I don't really think he was that good, bro. Quite frankly, you think Booster Porter gonna act like that IBO dude is a man? People say, well, Sean Porter didn't fought this many tough fights in a row. Well, tell his daddy shut up then, saying that, oh, the time we take an easy fight, it's time to step away. He could have fought Josito, he didn't. Who cares? And then you got the boxer voice, Ness. Like, dude, Ever since they got rid of Mike, I just can't watch that shit no more. But and they got rid of Vic, and then the whole thing that happened with Beeb, like that shit is just terrible. But he got this personal vendetta against Bud. Like he be mad at the nigga, then he asked for an interview. You know what I'm saying? And then but Bob dropped the ball again by not getting Sean Porter. Like, I just laugh at that shit, bro. The media, the new media is worse than the old media now. You know what I'm saying? You got Boxing Ego who obsessed with gloves and he try to spin the shit his narrative. Like you just see all these motherfuckers turning into everything they swore they wasn't supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You got, Dante trying to act like this super militant brother, but he don't like sisters and he a whole raccoon and shit. Like it's just funny to me, bro. There's a lot of these dudes I came up watching. And one nigga I can say that stayed the same out of all of them, bro, and you can take this for how you want to take it, is T Street. That I mean, you want to they say what they say about the brother, but he been consistent on what he is. You know what I'm saying? He been consistent. He been consistent. Even when he was on Enter the Arena, he been consistent, bro. It ain't been too much wiggle in his game. He is who he is. You always can respect that shit. Casual boxing fan, he is who he is. It ain't gonna be no changing. Julius fought. Well, I ain't gonna put Ring IQ. He gonna be what he gonna be. You can respect somebody that's not gonna switch up. You know what I'm saying? They got enough knowledge, but everybody gonna have their own little personal biasness and shit. But for like what 10, 12 years, that motherfucking T Street been who he is. Like it or not, you know what you gonna get. And I done seen so many of these dudes change narratives and do this, that, and the third. And Town, another nigga, he been solid. I've been watching this channel since he started that shit. Basically, he been solid. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many of these dudes out here that just change, bro. They change, and change is good sometimes, but not this type of change, bro. You know what I'm saying? And all the dudes that starting from the ground up with their cell phones or whatever you're doing, man, just always make sure you keep your principles. That's it. That's all the advice I gotta tell you. Be consistent and just keep being who you be. Don't let the subs change you. Don't let the sub change jump. Ain't none of that gonna change me, bro. You know what I'm saying? 7-8 didn't change a lot. He was good in the beginning and he changed. It is what it is. When you think Jerron Ennis gonna get a fight against a top level hold on. A top level fighter when he signed when he get a cold deal with a major promoter. Uh Kid Buzz say NLC ain't bad either. Salute. He say in the super chat, he said, I like your channel, you keep it $12. Salute. Nevada is a cloud chaser called out in New York 18 and at 22, but vacated the title and moved up for easy title. Well, he couldn't make the weight no more, bro. So I heard he couldn't make the weight, so it wasn't nothing to do. But what I hear is that they both gonna get their crack at Loma. So Loma's supposed to be coming up to 20 down to 30 and 26. So I don't think they was ever gonna put them in the ring together. But I felt that would have been a good fight. But I just heard he couldn't make the weight no more. So you can't fault nobody who move up in weight and can't make the weight. New York be up there soon because he gonna be fighting Loma. Mikey don't deserve a Pacquiao. Will get that fight to either Errol or Bud. Well, Errol said no after the car accident. He didn't think he was ready. So show busy. Oh fuck that cokehead. Nigga's a cokehead. Fucking that motherfucking cokehead. I ain't got no. Like I said before, bro, that motherfucker be playing with his nose and shit, man. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have that nigga, man. That nigga. Like, whoa, this motherfucker be bad. I mean, you can take it for what it is, but I'll watch his channel no more, bro. That motherfucker be touching his nose. You be like, damn, nigga, is it December? You got a cold, nigga. Like, only real niggas know what I'm talking about, though. Only real niggas know. I live in the hood with a bunch of dope fiends, nigga. You feel me? So I know. Loma Nevedez, yeah, that's a good fight. Nevedez could have gave a New York title shot at a 22. A New York still at 118. So what you want from him? What you want from him? He's still at 118. He ain't moving up. He fighting Casimir year. So if they eventually fight, if they gonna fight,
I don't think that Mexican ducking no phase, bro. I wanted Boost to get that IBO strap, but Sean stepped in and got that. That shit funny, man. Sean with the IBO, man. Clown the fuck out of Kenny ass. Got your son fighting for the IBO. He said he didn't have no problem. Yeah, he did. He didn't have that power no more, bro. He started to fade in that fight that was on the Wilder Fury undercard. He didn't look good at all. He beat the shit out of New York. I'll tell you that right now. I like a New York. Too much length, too much, just too much length, bro. That's a bad matchup for him. Now Loma might beat them both. Loma should retire with Gary Russell fight. I mean, yeah, we know we heard folks tested positive. I told y'all some of these dudes was gonna test positive. Talking about it, should have waited for a New York. Man, that motherfucking New York might not move up no time soon, my brother. Any more questions? He might not move up no time soon. Better ain't no hoe. That dude will fight. He ain't fight. Any more questions though, man? Before we log off, I gotta find me something to eat. I'm about to go to sleep. Dogs outside. Go sleep. Why you keep asking me that question? I don't give a fuck. You ask me stupid ass questions, man. Or you get the block. You think Danny is a harder puncher than Errol? Yeah, I think he overall. I mean, I don't know, man. To be honest, that's a good question. At this point, I mean, he might not be, but we'll see. I never looked at Earl as a big puncher. He's a good puncher. But Danny really a good puncher too. I'm sorry for sports to be. I was watching baseball like crack the other night, bro. I was like, it was crack, though. I was so happy to see live sport. It sounded like the crowd in there. I was watching the Dodger game. NBA come back on tomorrow, and they had all the corona tests came back negative. I think Earl is slightly. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. They both drain fighters at this point. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But Danny left hook might be the most powerful punch. The Tigers balling right now. I mean, you could have won some bands on the Tigers to win the World Series. I think it was like it was like 100. Like you could win 50 bands on for like $100 bet or some shit. It was. And I was watching baseball too, like the movies. I don't even watch baseball. That shit, hell yeah, that bitch was hype as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I ain't gonna never trade no Matthew Stafford. That motherfucker gonna die a lion, nigga. We had a couple Lions test positive too. The most important fucking players test positive for COVID. That shit crazy. They had their top. They had their George Green salute and super chat. They did the top 100 list, and the top 10 players was Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Aaron Donald, Patrick Mahomes, Michael Thomas at 5, Christian McCaffrey 6, George Kittle 7, DeAndre Hopkins 8, Stephon Gilmore 9, and Derrick Henry 10. So they got Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson over Patrick Mahomes. That's crazy. They suspended that Dodger pitcher for throwing at the Houston Astros head. That shit was crazy. He said, "Yeah, I'm watching the Dodgers game. Well, let me get off and get to watching TV." I was watching Deadpool earlier. I love Deadpool. I remember me and my girl went to go see Deadpool too. She went to sleep and shit. You know, she be wanting me to see her little corny ass girly movies and shit, but she go to sleep. Forgot about Kyler. Man, Kyler Murray ain't no damn top 10 quarterback yet. Maybe this year. Why Derrick Henry 10? I don't know. I mean, shit, a lot of motherfuckers didn't make the list. If Tank loses, it's over for him. He probably gonna Deadpool cold. Hell, I love me some Deadpool, bro. I don't think Lamar Jackson that good neither, bro. I like him. My homeboy, man. Woof. Bring some heat. Check out the UFC main event this weekend. Edmund Shabazina, I can't pronounce his name. He fighting the first main event. 21-year-old, already number 9 in the world. He's going for the John Jones youngest championship record. Is that on ESPN Plus? D Right, salute. Any other questions, man? I'm taking questions for the 2 more minutes, bro. Yeah, I'm about to watch some baseball.
I don't know. I've been watching Netflix. I've been watching that Last Dance and Avatar: Last Airbender. Glad they put the man. They got the comics to the Last Airbender too, man. It's a channel on here that read off the comics too, man. You know, and everything that happened after he defeated the Fire Lord and shit. That shit dope. I'm about to share his shit in the community tab. Why Al don't have ring girls? Man, Al ain't paying these hoes, man. You heard Raquel Miller. He said Al Heyman don't even like women's boxing. And there any boxing this weekend? It was supposed to be Stephen Foreman and Angela Leo on Showtime, so the main event gone now, so they probably gonna continue on the card. You know, I don't know how you got COVID though. They should have had them here last week, you know, in the bubble. Kawasaki versus Miss Lewinsky. I don't even know what the fuck Michael Lewinsky is. Look at his face or something like that. Did Kawasaki fight at 75? I think he fought Bernard at 75, right? He fought there. He was supposed to fight Tarver and he retired. Kawasaki was a bad white boy. I remember the night he whooped on Jeff Lacey, bro. I just knew that Jeff Lacey was gonna win. You think Kale and Amir is done? They've been done. They done as they fin. I wish they fight each other. They've been done. I still watch them fight though. Amir Khan chin on life support. Fucking kill Brooke body on life support. I'll still watch it though. Oh, you talking about that Russian motherfucker? I know you talking about. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good fight. I know exactly what you're talking about now. He said Darius Montewisky. I don't know, man. It's a good fight. I mean, him and Pirog, man. Whew, I'm mad at Pirog didn't get, he fucked his back up. He in politics now. Yeah, he fought Bernard and Roy at 75. Y'all think Bernard beat Roy? I mean, beat Kawasaki? Some people think he did. Oh, never let a white boy whoop me. Where did Water go? Well, he started camp August 14th. But yeah, let me get off. I gotta call Lion Killer before I go to sleep, bro. Cause when I'm asleep, Brooke versus Amir Khan should be under the undercard for Mike and Roy. And basically, King, basically. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Keep sharing the videos, man. Best way to donate. You want to donate? My Cash App, PayPal, in the description of every video. I'm gonna share that dog channel in the community tab too, man. So if anybody want that dog channel, I like Casitas. Yeah, Casitas and Marquez had some good fights. Had a good fight as well. Casitas was tough as shit, man. But yeah, I'm about to roll up out of here, man. We gone.